Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're playing some Raid Shadow Legends and I'm going to do a little bit of arena while I'm talking about a new hero I've made. Well, I've come up with the idea. It didn't take me too long. I thought it was kind of fun to work around with though, and I think it could be a nice hero. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the thumbnail. I know it wasn't very nicely edited or whatever, but I enjoyed making it. And yeah, let's talk about Dragon Lord, and maybe he will become a feature to the game. Who knows? Maybe the developers will watch this video. I don't know. I just figured, why not try and make a hero, a demon spawn hero. So I've currently written down the stats. First of all, let's just get into an arena battle. Also, hello guys. I'm sorry for not doing the free-to-play account. I said I was going to do that, and I didn't, and here we are. Well, I said it on the Discord, but still, I feel bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, listen to the new hero and his skills. I'm excited to talk about this, because it was way easier to make a hero than I anticipated. Maybe he's too overpowered. I don't know. I think he would be a legendary hero, I should say, immediately. He will be a legendary hero if he ever comes to light. So let's talk about him. So this is an attack hero. So he will do a lot of damage. He will be an attacker, but the attacker slash debuffer in a way, because he will do a lot of debuffs, which will hopefully do a lot of damage to maybe some dungeons and players. I think they will be affected by this. So let's read his attack number 1. His attack number 1 is called Fire Fist. I don't know if there's any attacks in game at the moment which is called Fire Fist, so I hope not. But I think Fire Fist is a nice thing, because this is a fire-based hero. This guy will do a lot of debuffs, and yeah, this guy will do a lot of burning debuffs. I know that I just named burn to the skills. It doesn't have to be a new debuff. It can just be HP burn. It doesn't matter. HP burn and burn is essentially the same. Burn or HP burn is another type of poison in a way. So essentially, it's like poison. So it is attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a 5% burn for 2 rounds. If burn is placed, this hero gets a 50% attack buff. And you can level up this skill with 4 levels. So you can make him stronger, I guess. So level 1 increases the damage by 10%. Currently we do not have deals damage based on attack like 1 or 3 times, you know, the complicated stuff games maybe have. But yeah, and level 2 would have damage 15%. So yeah, he would get an additional 15%. It's kind of like we see on. I can give you guys a perspective here. It's kind of like the ones we see on Hegemon here. If I can click, like, Jesus Christ. Okay, damage 5% and then damage 5%, damage 5, and 10 and 10%. So it's essentially just a little bit of a stronger version of that. It makes him a 30. No, it would be 25% stronger with his attack 1, and basically there's obviously no cooldown on attack 1, so I didn't really list that because it's not necessary. And then we have his attack 2, which is called, I know it's very stereotypical, it's called Dragon's Punch. I know, my imagination with names. This is his attack 2. There is a 3-turn cooldown to this. And it states as follows: attacks 2 enemies and places a 5% burn for 2 rounds, well, or a HP burn for 2 rounds, and has a 50% chance to place weaken to the enemies to give them a weaken debuff. And yeah, and you can level this up 4 times. It states as you have 4 levels here. The first one is buff debuff chance 15%. And level 2 is also buff debuff chance 15%, which means you can essentially have an 80% chance of placing weaken to the enemies alongside a burn, which is a guarantee. Well, it's like the accuracy and resistance stuff. It's not a guarantee, obviously. You do need to have the accuracy to do it. But it will place there's not a chance not to get burned if you have the accuracy to do it in a way. Level 3 is damage 15%, so he will deal more damage to the enemies with his attack number 2. And then the final one, level 4, is a cooldown -1 turn, which means you can do this attack once the skill is fully leveled up. You can do it at only a 2-turn cooldown, which is kind of awesome. You're able to hit 2 enemies and burn them every other round, and you're able to potentially weaken them, which makes them take more damage, which is also very useful. So it's a very useful thing, and he attacks 2 enemies. I think it would be too OP if he did attack all enemies every other round, so I think attacking 2 enemies seems like a nice trade-off for that. Let's see here. And then we have his third attack, which is a 5-turn cooldown. It's quite a hefty cooldown, but you will be able to make it way less. I swear it's not too OP. This is one I was very proud of. His third attack would be, let me just get another arena battle here while we're talking. I do have 1997. Oh man, that's 2 years after I was born. I was born in 1995, which makes me 24. How old did you think I was? Or were? Younger? Older? I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's see. Hellfire is the name of this attack, I should say. It's called Hellfire. I think that's a kind of menacing name for a skill. You know, it's a Hellfire. It's kind of menacing, to be honest. It's a very I like that name, but then again, it's very stereotypical. People like I'm sure this skill name is used by 100 other games, mobile games. Anyway, it states as follows. Attacks all enemies and places a 5% burn to targets for 2 rounds or 2 turns. If the target is under the weaken debuff, it will have an additional 50% chance. Sorry, I just wanted to start that. Okay, it will have an additional. Okay, so if the target is under the weaken debuff, it will have an additional 50% chance of adding an additional 5% burn to the targets for 2 rounds. This skill also have 4 levels. I will read the skill out once it's fully leveled up. So level 1 is buff debuff chance 15%. Level 2 is buff debuff chance 15%. Okay, sorry. I'll just spend all my jumps. Sure. I can't believe I'm just winning every battle. I'm not really looking at the battle. I'm reading the text. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the battles. And yeah, so essentially, and level 3 and level 4 is cooldown -1. So you can essentially have Hellfire at a 3-turn cooldown, which means every 3 turns you're able to attack all enemies and place a 5% burn to them for 2 rounds. And if the target is under the weaken debuff, which is his attack too, if it triggers, or you have like an arbiter, for example, like this team, then you're able to have a 50% chance, well, essentially an 80% chance of placing even more burn, to place another burn for 2 rounds to the enemies. So yeah, essentially, if this is maxed out, this skill right here with its levels, you have sorry, battles are going too quickly. I'm sorry. So it would essentially be attacks all enemies and places a 5. This is when it's leveled up, 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, places a 5% burn to targets, or HP burn to targets for 2 rounds. If they're under the weaken debuff, it will have an additional 80% chance of adding an additional 5% burn to the target for 2 rounds. And I think this guy, also his aura increases ally accuracy in all battles by 50. So if you use him with his aura, he will give you a 50 additional accuracy wherever you are, whether it's dungeons, campaign, arena, it doesn't matter. 50 overall across the board, I should say. Which means he probably won't be as good. Well, I don't know if he would be as good as Lord Shazar, because it's a different hero. It's a very heavily debuff hero, and there may even be a hero with his attributes or whatever, right? I think maybe Dracomorph. I don't know. I haven't read the other hero skills too much. But I think this guy could be very, very useful under maybe Clan Boss. I think under Clan Boss, this would be a nice setup. Because then he would have the chance to almost constantly keep the boss under a burn debuff, and he would almost constantly, well, if you have an arbiter, he would almost be able to make the boss weakened all the time. And yeah, you will just have like a super, he will burn a lot. This guy will be like the ultimate Kale. He will do some damage as well, you know, like Even in arena, he does have he is an attacker hero, so he would have a good amount of attack as well. So yeah, I think I may want to send this video to the developers, and maybe they can make maybe they can like give their feedback to it, because I think this would be a cool hero to have. So yeah, I'll say also he would be yeah, so he would be force. So yeah, that took way longer. I had to cut. Oh, Jesus, man. So yeah, he would be a force hero. I don't know what you want to take from that, but yeah, I think he just fits as a force hero in general. So yeah, maybe let me know what you think about him. Do you think it's a nice hero? Do you like my idea? Do you like that? You know, like it's kind of cool. Hopefully, I do enjoy the idea of having a dragon lord. I know it's like the name of the clan of like the clan boss, right? Isn't this like dragon lord or whatever? I think that's the name. But regardless, I think having a dragon lord would be a cool hero. And also, if you have any other hero ideas, please tell me. You know, I could share more hero ideas with the developers. Just make sure they're not too overpowered, because the developers do not like to. We don't want to ruin the game. Anyway, thanks guys so much for watching and listening to my idea. I really enjoyed making this. So yeah, if you did enjoy watching it, you can leave a like. And if you didn't like it, I guess you can leave a dislike. But other than that, thanks guys so much for watching. Have a nice one. And